Hi, I'm Peter Diamandis, and every Friday I put out something called Abundance Insider, which is a look at what's been going on in exponential technologies in the past week. It's the good news stories, it's the stories in exponential technologies. What I want to show you right now is what's been happening in one category, one field over the last 6 months. Get ready for a warp speed look at an exponential technology. One of the areas I'm extremely excited about, we now have the ability to 3D print in 250 different materials, layer by layer by layer, in full color. So one of the exciting areas in 3D printing is actually 3D printing of food, giving you the exact food you want, when you want it, where you want it, eventually 3D printed for your nutritional needs. In the interim, we've got food that's convenient depending on where you are. Now, this company has been able to 3D print pizzas in 5 minutes, personalized to your needs. So where are they going? Well, the long-term places they're looking for is a 3D printing of pizzas for future space station or Mars missions. In the near term, in early 2017, this company is looking at 3D printing pizzas at Six Flags, at mall food courts, and concert halls. I've spoken a lot about the notion we're heading into a world where we can know anything we want, anytime we want. We're going to be imaging everything all the time. We've gone from the first digital camera put out back in 1976 by Kodak Labs to today 10 megapixel cameras that are getting smaller and more powerful. Just recently at the University of Stuttgart, a group of scientists have come up with a microscopic imaging system, 100 micrometers in size. I want you to imagine the ability of having compound lenses that are minimally invasive, that can go into your blood vessels, can be built into structures around the world, put into micro drones. Literally, the ability of a camera to disappear but be present anywhere that you need it. Also in 3D printing this week, we've seen the ability to 3D print with fine structured hair and brushes. New materials. This is going to be the future of 3D printed clothing, 3D printed medical structures. We'll find out. In the field of aerospace, at the International Aerospace Exhibition in Germany this year, Airbus debuted Thor, the world's first 3D printed aircraft. 13 feet in length, a weight of 46 pounds. This windowless drone is a demonstration of what's possible in the near future. We're starting to see the application of 3D printing very deeply into the medical field. Amputees, surgery situations. This came out of a group of students of UCLA for a young amputee who had lost use of his right hand. The UCLA of 3D Print for Everyone has created a special 3D printed hand that allows the wearer to shoot a basketball. It just costs $20 and it actually has a Vulcan hand grip attached. So we're going to start to see 3D printing incorporated into your body to make up for losses or to give you eventually a superhuman capabilities. Out of MIT's Computer Science and AI lab, CSAIL, comes a capability to 3D print a robot that incorporates hydraulics and is ready for use immediately after printing. No assembly required. It 3D prints the structures and the fluids at the same time. One of the constraints on 3D printing is how large a structure you can do and how much detail you can put into it. Autodesk's Project Escher actually took care of that with having multiple printer heads that can print large structures over a large dimension. One of the things I love is how 3D printing is going to make it possible for us to print the things we need when we need them at home and really reduce the cost massively of our consumption. So here's an example of a student, Amos Dudley, who found a way to demonetize Invisalign braces using equipment in his school's digital fabrication lab. After some research he did, he bought inert retainer plastic on eBay and used a Next Engine laser scanner, a Stratasys Dimension 1200 3D printer, and a vacuum forming machine to create a set of personalized homemade aligners. After 16 weeks of wearing them, Dudley's teeth were perfectly straight, all for $60. One of the areas that you should be tracking and I'm tracking is the eventual 3D printing of human body parts and organs. At Wake Forest Institute for Regenerative Medicine, a 3D printed bioprinter created a transplant-ready replacement tissue. In particular, muscle tissues, jaw bones, cartilage structures, full-sized ears have all been printed in this bioprinter. One of the things that's exciting right now is seeing how fast new materials and capabilities are coming to the 3D printing world. So one of the newest is the ability to 3D print ceramics that have very high temperature capabilities. This is going to change where 3D printing can be used in manufacturing and actually in rockets and in race car brakes, jet engines, and other high temperature, high pressure applications. This is just a quick look at one area that I cover every week in Abundance Insider. I hope you'll join me, sign up for the newsletter, and get this update on a regular basis. Get you out of the negativity bias from the Crisis News Network, CNN, and focus you on the amazing world we're living in.